Hello everybody, the One-Eyed Panda here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Last time we helped move the Colony Zero's people to the prison camp, and we also got a few other quests that we started with. Seeker's True Intent is one of them, and yeah, basically here we have to talk to Suna. You want to know about Seeker? Sure, I don't mind. Only there's nothing really to tell. I guess he's serious about his work. There's that, I suppose. It always seems like the higher-ups liked him well enough, too. He's got a load of awards, if I'm remembering right. Seeker's Identity Part 1, and, I guess we can talk to Hodor here. What do you... Well, a whole bunch of things, let's say. I used to work in the inspection branch. One day I erased a certain piece of intel, but I don't think I did anything wrong. Now, I haven't had a bad time here thanks to Toma and Zira, but you know what? And if you like battering you a lot and moseying on out of here, if you'd be so inclined. Got 3 friends, Hodor.
We've made some new friends.
And now, Zira. I heard Toma talking earlier. I assume it was with you guys, right? Yeah, but staying on topic, what got you branded as a fiend and locked up in here? Well, my great crime was blowing up a container the salvage corps were going to salvage. A horrible thing to do, right? Wasting away supplies like they worked so hard to get. That's a new one to me. Why go and blow up valuable supplies? Well, I mean, who cares about that, really? You guys have come here to fight as 3 fiends, right? I'm ready to fight whenever you are, but don't keep me waiting too long. 3 fiends, Zira. And,
We've made some new friends.
now over here is, Toma. So what kind of crime did you commit to be locked up here exactly? What's it to you? Will I get to fight you a lot if I talk? That all depends on what you tell us. Well, I guess it's worth a punt. I got locked up for the crime of mass murder. A clear violation of military discipline, simple enough reason, right? Thinking back on it now, I guess I just wasn't a soldier the console could control. But that's beside the point. You gonna fight me or not? Out with it. Got 3 fiends, Toma. Oh boy, so I guess I'm gonna have to head off to the Cadencia region. And over here to Mule's Depot. Okay, so now let's, I guess we can go over here and talk to Grover. Hodor, you say? Well, he used to be in Intel, and he was my subordinate. One day, the guy destroyed some intel showing that Kevitz was making camp somewhere. If our forces had seen that intel, they could have ambushed that camp and won a crucial victory. But without that intel, we had no chance. There were a few casualties, but I'm still at a loss as to why he didn't share the intel.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
Seeker, I hear he's been friends with the commander over at Lambda, and for a long time too. Although, to be fair, he did used to be internal affairs, so I guess it's no wonder he's got friends in high places. Alright. Part 2 of that. And wait, alright, we have to head up here. And talk to the logistics guy. I heard the girl that blew up that supplies container might be getting released from prison. I'm hesitant, to be honest. I know it's said that she had Agnes's best interests in mind when she did it, but I find that hard to believe. Zero Situation Part 2. So now, let's just head over here. Let's go talk to Kay. We'd like to ask you about Zira's story. Sure, I mean, Zira's already locked up now, so I'm not sure what difference it will make. But why not? I guess you guys must have your reasons for asking, I suppose. Zero used to be part of the Salvage Corps. She achieved much as a soldier, and was well regarded for her now news in battle. I'm not sure what that word is, but one day there was an incident on a mission to procure an airdrop supply container. I'm sure you probably know already, but for some reason she decided to blow up that container. Everyone was furious about the waste of supplies. It wasn't even like they were confessing trying to steal them or anything. The consul at the time therefore claimed that she was plotting an insurrection and imprisoned her.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
I remember Seeger saying he wanted to do something about the lost numbers, ill feelings toward us. He was like, I don't know how it'll go, but we gotta find a way to work together and move past it. And now... let's head over here. Let's talk to Darnie. I hear that Hodor is the reason we lost the chance to take out a base in the war with Kevas. I don't know why he did it. I tried asking him and he flat out refused to give a reason why. Asking about Seeker, yeah? I know him well, and we were on the same team. For the longest time, he was a real straight shooter, total over serious nerd. Nothing like he is now. Since the clock got smashed, he's a lot more proactive and full on. Personally, I liked him way better now. Now we have Seeker's identity to discuss. Now we still need to go over here. And discuss Dana. Here, yeah, I know her. She was a hot topic for a little while here. She was in the squad that mainly salvaged supplies, and was a snuffing-capable soldier herself. And when supply containers that are being targeted by an enemy set scavenging teams, soldiers like her are invaluable. The salvage corps and the supply team may be known as logistical teams, but that... Sorry about that. I tried pausing the video, but sorry if you heard that. It was just a sneeze. But they're the ones who take the necessary decisive actions, such as blowing up a container if the enemy is about to steal it. Even I always have to stay on my toes. You never know when something might happen. Now we have that. And let's head down here. Now we go and talk to Inspection Analyst. Tom is a man who cared deeply for his allies. In that battle with Kevas, his squad was on the verge of being completely massacred, but the nutty mutter broke position to take rear guard and charged right at them, letting his squad retreat in the process. Home situation for 2. And, okay, now what? Oh, but I guess we have to go to a camp and discuss it. Yeah, I guess right here works.
I've been craving some downtime.
Let's discuss, Seeker's identity.
Hey, so... Can we talk?
From what we've been hearing, it seems he understands the problems affecting Agnes Castle as a whole. He's also said to be a diligent worker, and nobody seemed to wish him ill. Alright, sure, but he was in the prison camp for a reason, right? Things can't be that simple. I did initially suspect that there might have been some hidden motive behind Seeker's actions, but it no longer seems likely. Right, I think it's beyond doubt that he's thinking about moving things in a more positive direction. And also, since he's working hard to reform this place, don't you think we could stand to let him in hand? Well, it seems to be worth having a chat with, at least, even if nothing comes of it. Yeah, if he's trying to make amends to the lost numbers, then it's definitely worth a try. Let's all go and talk to Seeker then. I guess we can discuss Zero's situation first, too.
Everyone, a moment of your time?
So from everything we've heard about Zero, you'd almost think she grew up feral or something. It's hard to consider blowing up supplies as anything but a military discipline violation, that much is certain. Sure, but something really doesn't add up here. Yeah, like If I were planning an insurrection, I sure wouldn't start by blowing up some random supplies. You're right, Uni, but what would be the point in that? I guess the key here is to find out what her reason was for blowing up that container. I just thought of something like, isn't it a little odd the consul didn't send her to death right away? Good point. Usually in this situation, the offender would get executed and send a warning to the rest of the colony. Perhaps the consul saw some sort of value in keeping Zira alive. If we can present a concrete theory as to why she got locked up and not executed, that could help her case out a lot. And what do we do when we find out after she's freed that she's just an utter maniac? Fight her, I guess. Figured that. I guess we should go see her then. Alright.
Let's move up.
And now we have to end up at the Agnes Castle region. And over here. Let's first talk to Intern Affairs Officer. Toma was jailed for violating military discipline during a battle with Kevins. Everything I've ever heard about him suggests that he was a superb Leibniz pilot, albeit one who had a bit of an issue following orders. So Suna's worried about whether she should fear the guy or not. Personally, I'm against it. Toma's situation, part 3.
Sounds like a scoop.
And now let's talk to Seeker. Huh, what are you lot up to? Or what we wanted to talk to Seeker. Our perfect timing then. Oh hey Seeker, get these dags and Augie to help you, would you? What's this about now? Well, I've been thinking. I'd like to transport some of the provisions from Agnes Castle over to the city. Provisions? Now there's a golden idea. Okay, but why? What's in it for Agnes? I'm not sure there would be really clear payoff for us, however. But here's the thing. When the fake queen was revealed, I saw consoles from Kevin standing there and it made me sick. All the things I thought were right. In that moment, that instant, I saw just how mistaken I've been. And mistakes need to be corrected, even if it takes my entire remaining life. That's why I want to give this city its due. I hope it'll make you stronger, and I hope I can spend my strength repaying you. Whoa, dude, you're gonna make me bawl, eh, Augie? Yes, this is most gracious. First we repatriated everyone, we'd go back to the city. So then I figured why not send some provisions next. Are we really that strapped for grab though? Lady, what are you saying? We always need great quantities of food to get by. And whose fault is that, if you reckon you bottomless pit of a man? In any case, you could stand to have a bit more food, surely. As luck would have it, we have plenty here. We could get them processed to be moved more shelf-stable. They'd make for good portable meals too. Sounds like it'd be quick going if we pitch it in as well. Yes, if you could. We'd also appreciate if you could collect whatever is missing. I'd leave it with Darnie. And then we city people can take it from there. Yes, that would be fantastic. Thanks. That is the long and short of it. We'd be thankful for your assistance. You will have it rest easy. Okay, now we need to go back to the Cadencia region. And back over here. Okay, so we need to go this way. Talk to Darnie. Seeker's gone in touch. You hear about the provisions? We don't have quite enough for the transport to the city, so we need a bit of help getting them together.
Is this what you wanted?
Oh great, please don't tell me. At least we have enough though, thankfully. We've got all the provisions we've requested. Thanks bunches. Will you be so kind and give Seeker the good news? Okay, now we head back. And let's go talk to Seeker. We finished collecting the food and handed it all over. Thanks so much. I'm glad I turned to you for help. Well done, Noah and friends. And always so quick to aid. It's marvelous. Even in a difficult situation like this one, we can only try to move forward. And I believe that when we work together, we can achieve almost anything. I think so too, and we're always ready to do our part. Wow, Seeker sounds like something a real leader would say, innit? You want to look elsewhere next time? Do you say something pointed like that? But yeah, that was a good line. I'll even go on a limb and believe it. Thank you. I'll do all I can to live up to the trust you've placed in me. And we finished this quest.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
Okay, so now I want to go back over to quests, and let's do the 3 Fiends. And so... let's head back here. Oh, we can talk to Gondor. We got most of the lost numbers safely back to the city now. We'll take care of the things here. Gotta round up the rest of the strays. Let's talk to Interns Affairs Officer. So I heard Hodor might be getting out soon. The very man who brought the disorder to his colony by destroying enemy intel. I know I wouldn't be letting him out anytime soon. And there we go. We got finished that.
Interesting news.
So now let's...
I'm getting peckish. Do we have any snacks?
Let's discuss... oh wait, discuss Hodor's situation first.
Everyone, a moment of your time?
So the story goes that Hodor destroyed Keva's intel and therefore caused damage to Agnes's position. The mystery here is why did he destroy intel that had crucial info on an enemy camp's whereabouts? What he did went far was beyond a violation of military discipline. We could have been easily sentenced to death for it. Tell me about it. Soldiers are always getting killed by enemies they don't see coming. The kind of intel is worth its weight in gold. Which brings up an important question. Why is Hodor still alive? I think we might need to ask the guy himself about what the true nature of that intel was. That'd be quicker for sure. Yeah, let's go and ask him. Now let's discuss Toma's situation.
Hey, so can we talk?
If we're to believe that what Toma has told us, then it would seem that he got locked up for the crime of mass murder. We also heard that he took rear guard in order to let his comrades retreat. While he was still fighting to save his comrades, he killed a large number of Kevasi soldiers. It's not like he did in his case any favors, but he was just fighting his enemy, right? That's what we're all taught to do. Certainly, that would just be the normal thing to do when you're in the flame clock's clutches. Excuse my speculation, but he didn't extract the flame from the enemies he defeated, did he? If he was blinded by rage like he said, then I think he was more preoccupied with crushing those Kevesi than anything else. You do raise a good point. You can't exactly extract someone's flames while in the levelness. Looking at it from the console's point of view, that right wasting of good flame would have been cause enough to lock him up. This will sound grim, but hear me out. I think the consoles could have solved this more easily if you just snuffed him out on the spot. Good point, but you have to consider that Toma's death deeds would have won him favor with the troops, despite irking the console. Executing him and valiantly saving the lives of his fellow soldiers would have backfired massively. He was the right pain in the console's arse, that's for certain. It would go for some ways to explaining why it would have been far easier for the console to lock him up under false pretenses. So then perhaps it will be possible to not only convince him not to fight us, but also to free him from prison. I don't mind him either way, but we'd have saved a whole lot of fuss if you'd talk him out of it somehow. There's only one way to find out. Let's head to Toma's cell and see what we can do. Alright, so
Let's move out.
So now let's head over to the cells. Let's first talk to Toma. So you're feeling up for a fight, are you? Before that, there's something we want to make sure of. Is it true that you murdered multiple Kevesi soldiers? Did you miss it the first time around? Of course I did. You used the leftist during the incident, did you? Well, now someone's doing their research, but yeah, I killed a snuff ton of the enemy in the leftists, and you stayed behind to fight them off so you could save your fleeing comrades, if I'm not mistaken. Well, where the spark did you... Anyway, yeah, that's also right. Now about that enemy, I don't know what colony they came from, but they sure didn't know that stuff about fighting honorably. Seeing those dishonorable mutters slaughtering my friends made me go right off the deep end. I had to get any of my guys still breathing out of there, but I couldn't just let them get away with it. I was too drained to wield my blades, so I got into limits and made them regret even being alive. That's all there is to it. Right, we now understand what happened. Now tell me, like me telling you all of this is going to make me look of a difference. Though, is it? Tell her. We're heading off to tell Suna from Internal Security about your story. It won't be long. There you are. Where have you guys been? Finally decided to do battle with those wretches? Before I get to that, we'd like to find out if you know anything more about what Toma did. You mean the mass murder? Well, as far as I remember, he indiscriminately killed a load of Kavesi without extracting their life. That led to the consul at the time to arrest him and lock him up in here. I'm afraid to tell you that your crafty consul bet the truth about what really happened. What do you mean? Let us explain. What the? So he was fighting to save his comrades, but that wasn't in the report. It's like we said, the consul bet the truth to make it seem like he was fighting for fighting's sake, not for his comrades' lives. Well, now that I think about it, there were some guys in my turn who managed to survive that battle. Although Toma could have definitely tried to extract some flame from the enemy, it's not a stretch to say that he had his reasons to do what he did. That settles it then. I've got no reason to doubt you guys. You're the ones who freed us from the clock after all. I've also got real reason to doubt that the Toma I knew would have done everything for his comrades and for Agnes. Oh well, thank you. It's been a while since I've had proper fresh air. Tastes better than I remember. I can bet. You should be thankful to Noah and the others for that. You bet I'm thankful to them. Not to mention for you to you, of course. And don't get yourself any more trouble, okay? I'm busy enough as it is. I wouldn't do that when it's this nice outside. Don't you worry yourself one bit. I'm still one capable soldier, believe me. Doesn't sound like you've learned anything to me. And now we're finished with this quest.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
And now let's go talk to Sierra. You finally ready now? Kept me waiting long enough. Before we fight, there's something I want to confirm with you. Specifically, the reason you blew up that container. What's it to you? It's not like you can make those supplies magically come back. True, but to just blow up a container for no reason, you'd have to be out of your mind, which you don't seem to be. How do you mention that? Because I was out of my mind when I blew up the container. Or perhaps you noticed that the container had been booby-trapped. You don't have to be out of your mind to sacrifice supplies in the name of protecting your comrades, although I wouldn't call it a flawless plan. I can't see why it would be egregious enough to violate military discipline. If only you knew, if one knew that a container did have something lethal in it, then blowing it up would be perfectly justifiable. Lethal? What do you mean lethal? It could have been something explosive or poisonous. You didn't know what it was inside, but you had a feeling, didn't you? It's odd to think airdrop supplies could have something like that in them, unless the console had something to do with it. Indeed, it's not impossible to see why the console could have thought of something fiendish like that. It's just blowing up seemingly good supplies is a big no-no that gave the console the perfect pretext to lock you up. Kinda cool theory, but the last time I checked, the theory still counts as hard as evidence. Indeed, all we've got is reasoning that paints you in a favorable light. The simplest, most straightforward reason would be that you were out of your mind at the time. I'll give you this, though. I had fun listening to your theory. Your reasoning skills aren't too bad either. So here's what really happened. It's true that I blew up the container. Serious? Like you said, for your eyes, that container was indeed booby-trapped. You knew something was up well before the incident, didn't you? Yeah, right after Toma had been locked up. We were long-term friends, and I was livid about his arrest. I just couldn't let it slide. As I was looking into it, I began to pick up that the console was hiding something in a container. So when he went along with the salvage course to procure it, I blew it up, hoping to use it against the mutter himself. Yikes, okay, if I take it all back. Maybe she is loopy. The console must have caught on that I was sniffing around. That's why he rigged the container. Would have been happy dying alongside him to protect my mates, but it didn't go to plan, so I ended up here in the slammer instead. It was there I had a hunch that our enemy was in Kevis, though I guess I don't need to call it a hunch anymore. I've long wondered what people like you guys were like guys who fought with consoles. Oh no, This is how I want to know what real strength looks like. This type of scenario, isn't it? For the love of Sparks, tell her. We'll go explain your stories soon from security. Just hold on for a bit. If you're gonna fight anyone, be quick about it. I'd rather not have my life in any danger any longer than necessary. We just got done talking to Zira for her side of the story. We think we might just have a case for freeing her from prison. Wait, seriously? We can let her go? Considering she faced up to a great enemy all by herself, we think you'll see why she deserves to be free. Great! As besides, if you're saying she can go toe-to-toe with the Loveness or something, you don't mean that kind of great. But like she loves blowing stuff up, right? What if she decides to blow up the castle? It doesn't bear thinking about. Look, she had her reasons why she did what she did. Let us explain. That's a whole lot to take in, I won't lie. But I mean, Seeger trusts you guys. And in either case, Seeger was the one who left it up to my discretion. And according to my discretion, if you guys think she isn't guilty, then she sure ain't guilty to me. Thank you so much. Man, it's crazy to think I'm actually out of prison now. Now, seeing as I was kind enough to free you, promise me you won't go around blowing stuff up. You got that? Of course, don't worry about it. I don't just blow stuff up for no reason, you know? Oh, really now? But seriously, don't go and do anything too outrageous, okay? I know. I owe you guys big time after all. And now we're done with Zira's quest now. We'll definitely be able to get another level up after all this is done. Talk to Hodor? Oh, up for a fight then? Not quite, we have some things we'd like to ask first. You managed to get your hands on the confessed intel, and you didn't share it with Agnes. Why? Getting straight to the point again, I see. Surely squashing it until about confess wouldn't have been in your best interests. Alright, sit back and relax and let Hodor tell you the story. Not like I've got much else better to do anyway. After I'd investigated the confessed intel that fell into my hands, I discovered that was fake intel created by our council. What? Seemed like they weren't too happy about it. Us getting more and more powerful, and were trying to crush us. I don't know what was going through their head. I don't even begin to make sense. Maybe they just thought that screwing up us was an easy way to fill the Kavesi's flame clock. We're the ones who made the console so powerful, and that's how they decided to treat us? Boils my blood, it does. That's why I destroyed that intel, so my friends could withdraw from that pointless battle and limit the casualties. Did you talk about this to anyone? Absolutely no way I'd have talked to my friends about it, otherwise the console would have done them in. Thankfully, that matter can't hurt us anymore. Talking about it now has lifted the weight off my shoulders, it has. And I've got zero regrets as well. Got to meet Toma and Zira Tier, after all, in their class. At least now you don't have to bear the burden on your own anymore. She's right, you're not living under that console's eye anymore. So cheer up, mate. Heck, if I ever do get it out of here, I guess it may be worth talking about what's on my mind a bit more often. We'll go explain your story to Senate from security. We won't be long. What's up? Do you need something? We've heard Hodor's full story. Full story? What's this about? Don't mind Grover. He's here on other business. He fades into the background pretty easily. Hey, I just have a soothing presence. Anyway, here's what happened. This is really hard to credit. He was going up against a console. What does this all mean? That he didn't do anything wrong after all? What he did was undoubtedly a violation of military discipline. So then, if what they're telling us is true, then Hodor knowingly went against military discipline in order to save Agnian lives, and then went into jail without ever telling us why he really did what he did. Well then, we've got no reason to keep him locked up in here, right? He's a capable guy, I'll give you that. Or should I say him being too capable was what got him into that mess? I'm just as averse to trouble as the next person, but what do you think? Okay, I think we can let Hodor go. I'll take responsibility for anything that happens. Well, that certainly make my life easier, I know that much. But if he tries anything funny, I'll throw him back in prison, then throw away the key. I'm sure he won't have to come to that. Whoa, didn't think you'd be here too. But don't get your knickers in a twist. I won't do nothing bad, I promise. Especially not if you guys got me out of the slammer. All we did was listen to your story. Nothing special about that. Okay, that's it for this quest. So if you like this part, be sure to subscribe to my channel, leave a like and post a comment about what you thought of the video. And I'll see you guys next time for more my Let's Play 4
Oh, so
Xenoblade
that's how they
Chronicles
do it.
3. Have a wonderful day, guys, and peace out.